information about this, eh, how, on how we can build a six-figure empire?
I certainly am, and thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. Of course, it's evening in my part of the world, but looks like we've got folks all across the globe. I don't know what time of day it is over there in Holland. In Australia, it's like the next day. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to visit your future. If you're here for the very first time, this is a different webinar. You know, you've probably attended tons and tons and tons of opportunity type webinars where they just go on and they just start talking about, you know, whatever the deal is and why you should join the deal and the compensation, and really don't give you a lot of value. What we're going to do tonight is different. We're going to give you quite a bit of value. I do want you to block off the next hour. So we're going to go for about an hour's worth of content. Then we'll go into an optional Q&A. All right, so now let's go on and get started. What we're going to do tonight, the purpose of tonight's webinar is to reveal to you a believable path to you generating $500 to $1,500 a month is what our target is in what we call cash equivalents. You'll understand what a cash equivalent is in just a few moments. Even if you're not good at marketing, maybe you're new at marketing, maybe you've tried it before and you haven't quite found out what works, or maybe you just say, you know what, I just darn suck at this whole marketing thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to show you a believable path to you generating $500 to $1,500 a month. That's our target. In cash equivalents, even if you're not good, you stink, you suck, what have you, at marketing. And then ultimately, we're going to show you in tonight's webinar, we're going to show you this, how we aim to scale that, help you scale to a 6 or a 7-figure business. Now, if you are excited about the potential of scaling to a 6 or a 7-figure biz, I don't care if you've had success before or if success has eluded you in the work at home space. If you're excited about the potential of a 6 to 7-figure biz, in your questions box, open it up and put the word X for excited. You are excited. I know you spell it with the E. I get that, but I want to see a bunch of X's, okay? All right, let's go to work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to work. Oh, wow, look at the X's coming on over there. All right, so now here's what we know about our industry. And if you're new to our industry, this is going to be eye-opening. Our industry being the home business industry, you know, looking to make money from home. Maybe you're doing it, wanting to do it exclusively from the internet, not wanting to go out and have to chase friends and family and all those good things. We know that most marketers are in struggle mode. So it behooves us to take a little time to figure out why marketers are struggling. Because if we can figure out the causation of the struggle, we can figure out why people are struggling, then we can look for solutions to those struggle points. All right, so here is the secret sauce. If you want to know the secret sauce, what is it that if I did follow this recipe, in time I would be met with success? If I follow this formula, in time I would be met with success. So here is the secret sauce, the secret recipe. All right, number one, no matter what you are promoting, excuse me for coughing in your ear. I've had a little scratchiness in my throat here, so just bear with me, please. No matter what you're promoting, you must have a consistent flow of laser-targeted, high-quality laser-targeted traffic. All right, that's what this picture represents, traffic. Now, obviously, we don't mean cars, we mean visitors. All right, so you have to have a consistent flow of high-quality, laser-targeted traffic. Now, I could stop there, and I'm sure for most people that are in struggle mode, you would say, there's one of my problems, is I'm not getting consistent, high-quality, laser-targeted traffic to take a look at what I have to offer. So that's number one. All right, now you're going to see how the new advertising platform that we're going to talk about tonight, the one that's designed to get you to $500 to $1,500 a month, that's our target. And then we want to scale that up so that we start getting traffic. We start getting high quality, laser targeted eyeballs to take a look at what we're doing. All right, so now we've got to have traffic. So that's number one. We've got to have traffic. Number two, where are we going to drive this traffic to? And this is where so many marketers make huge mistakes, okay? Now, I'm not promoting Melaleuca here. I just want to show you that this is a teaching point. Not long ago, a marketer said, hey, you got to check out this offer. And they sent me a link, and the link took me straight to Melaleuca. How many of you, in your questions box, I want to make this interactive as much as possible, how many of you recently, like in the past day or two or three, if you've checked whether it was your email or Skype or Facebook or Twitter, how many of you have had a marketer that sent you something about whatever it is they're promoting, and the first thing they sent you, you saw the name of the company or it talked about the name of the company or what have you? If you've had that happen, put a Y or a yes in your questions box. So some marketer has sent you something, you clicked onto the link, and it immediately took you to a presentation about that company or an offer page or what have you. A lot of yeses. Okay, so we'll refer to this as an offer page, okay? Whether it is a network marketing company's replicated website or what have you. Now, let me tell you why this is a major problem, a major mistake that most marketers make. By the way, if you didn't, you haven't heard me do any singing just yet, I might favor you with a selection. I've got my golden silky vocals, but I also have been dubbed the lyrical miracleness, because I'm a hip hop mogul. The spirit of rhyme could hit me at any time. Did you just hear that one? The spirit of rhyme could hit me at any time. Oh my gosh, that boy is talented. So here's a mistake that most marketers make. It's just rolling off my tongue. Here we go. The challenge is when you send other people to the offer page that announces the name of your offer, announces the name of your product, announces the name of your service. The problem with that is that most people these days are going to do a little research before they join you or before they buy from you. And when you announce the name of the offer from the rooftops, from the mountaintops, people are more likely now to go to, let's say, Facebook. And they might look for Facebook groups about this particular offer to get more insight about that offer. Then all of a sudden they are accepted into a Facebook group and they see a Facebook friend or two or three of theirs, and they decide to join or buy from that person as opposed to you. Or what often happens is marketers, they announce the name of the offer prematurely, and then all of a sudden somebody goes to YouTube. And then when they go to YouTube, they find somebody who's skilled at providing value. They're skilled at video marketing, like yours truly. And I know this happens because everything that I have promoted with any vigor over the last 5 years, I have probably got no less than 100 to maybe 200 personal recruits just from my YouTube videos promoting that particular offer. So you want to drive traffic, but you can't drive traffic. I won't say you can't. You can. You'll just be making a huge mistake. You don't want to drive that traffic to an offer page that announces the name of the offer prematurely. So what you want to do is you want to drive this traffic to some type of lead capture mechanism where you are promising, hey, if you will give me your best contact information, I'm going to provide some immense value for you. And notice, you don't see the name of an offer here, okay? This is really nice and generic, right? This free video series exposes a full-blown point-by-point system for getting paid over and over again, even if you can't recruit, make sales, or you just plain suck at marketing. But we haven't mentioned the name of the offer. So if this intrigues someone, what must they do? All right? Enter your best email address to get instant free access to a video series. That word is very important there because it lets them know that it's not just a one-time sales video type. This is going to be an ongoing series that's going to help you in your marketing. So now this allows you to get their email address. This is so important because in marketing, your second biggest asset, you are your biggest asset, okay? You are your biggest asset. Outside of you, your second biggest asset is your following. So what you want to be doing is building your second greatest asset, which is your list. Your list. You want to get people opting into an email list, or you want to get people opting into a text list, or maybe even both. So here's the secret sauce. We've got to have a steady flow of traffic. If you say, well, there's my problem, I don't have the traffic. Well, we've got an answer for you. Just stay tuned to this webinar. All right, we've got an answer. We've got answers for you. Okay. Now I need to have a lead capture mechanism. I don't have that. Stay tuned. We've got answers for you. And then I need to start building my list. Well, we've got that answer for you as well. Now, once someone opts into your list, now you want to perform. You said, hey, if you give me your best contact information, I'm going to provide something of value. In this case, with that lead capture type page, we were saying, hey, we're going to provide a $297 video series. All right, so now you want to provide value. And this is how you market, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of simply saying, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, join me, join me, join me, you want to wrap your offer, wrap your pitch, whatever it is that you're trying to get them to do. You want them to buy, you want them to join, you want to wrap that pitch, wrap your offer in value. So here's the secret sauce. Consistent traffic. If you're not doing that yet, we'll show you how our system is going to help you get there. To a lead capture mechanism. If you don't know how to set up lead capture pages, our system is going to have a whole bunch of them already ready for you to go. And then provide a robust follow-up system where you're able to present your offer in value so that people aren't just joining, they're actually joining you because you are providing value. They join you. Some lyrical miracleness is just coming off my tongue tonight. They're joining you because you offered, here we go, value. Oh my gosh, that boy is talented and he can sing a little country music too. All right. So let's remind you of our objective. $500 to $1,500 a month is our target in cash equivalents, even if right now you suck at marketing. Ultimately, we want to scale this to a 6 or a 7-figure biz. Before we go on, let me just ask you real quickly, if what we just talked about, if we just gave you value, not just some opportunity webinar thingy, all right, if we just gave you value, if what you heard said, man, that makes sense. Now I see maybe why I have not had the success that I would like. Put a V in your questions box if we just brought you some value. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about this underlying platform that's going to help us to get to that $500 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents. All right. Now, this particular platform is doing something that we've never seen in our home business space. We all know that advertising is big business. And, you know, we've got a varied audience, you know, of people all across the globe, whether they're in Bermuda, or they're in Holland, or they're in South Africa, or they're in Panama, or Australia, what have you. Now, I'm going to give you some numbers as they relate to the U.S., but just the U.S. numbers are mind-boggling. And then if we globalize these, it would really blow our minds. Okay, so I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a big NFL U.S. football fan, and I know across the world football is you know where they're kicking the ball, what they refer to as soccer in the U.S. But I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and even though our team didn't make it to the Super Bowl, I watched the Super Bowl. Now the Super Bowl this year commanded anywhere between $5 million to $5.5 million for a 30-second commercial. Now, if my Steelers had been there, it might have been a $10 million. All right. This tells us that companies and brands are willing to pay a premium to get their messaging in front of a captive audience. Now, here's a challenge that many companies are having as they've been advertising on TV. TV has typically been the cash cow for advertisers. But the challenge is you now have these systems like Netflix, and they're saying that they're killing the goose that lays the golden egg. As a matter of fact, they go on and say, right in this area, can't do it there, right in this area here, hopefully you can see my cursor. It says that Netflix is killing the goose that laid the golden egg. While audiences are watching more TV than ever, they're watching less of it live, causing ad revenue to shrink. So what's happening is people are watching TV, but they're watching Netflix and Hulu Plus. In my case, I record any of my favorite shows that I'm going to watch. I never watch them live. It's rare that I watch them live. I watch them on a recorded basis so I can do what? So I can fast forward through the commercials. Well, so you've got these companies that are investing billions of dollars in advertising. The challenge is they're not getting in front of the audiences like they used to. So they're looking for innovative ways to get their messages in front of captive audiences. Now, let's take a look real quickly at what is happening in the advertising world. In 2016, the year that we just came out of, can you believe it's May already? 70 billion, almost $71 billion was invested by companies in just TV advertising in the U.S. All right, media ad spending in the U.S. And this is in billions. All right, you can see here, though, digital was right behind TV. Well, what's digital? Think anything internet, all right? All things internet, okay? And then a subset of digital is mobile. Excuse me. All right, so you can see that mobile is gaining some ground. Now, they're saying by 2020, TV advertising is not going anywhere, obviously. It's just not growing at the same pace that it has in the past. $77 billion they're projecting to be spent in TV advertising. But look at digital. They're expecting digital to far outpace, by that time, TV, and then mobile as a subset of digital to be on par with TV. Now, this is happening with or without us, okay? This is happening now. It's been going on. This trend has been going on. More and more advertising dollars now going towards digital or internet. More advertising dollars now going towards mobile. And up to this point, this just would have been a chart, and it really wouldn't have meant much to us. But we're going to show you how this is going to mean a lot for us, even if we're not good yet at marketing. Now, up to this point, you've had what we like to refer to as the advertising elite. This is the Forbes 400 list. People like Mark Zuckerberg over there with Facebook. Guy's 32 years young as of when we pulled this. He might be 33 now. $55 billion net worth. And we thought that Facebook was a social media platform where we could connect with our family and reconnect with people we went to school with and college with and what have you. Facebook really is an advertising platform disguised as social media. Let's take a look at Google. Those dudes over there at Google, Larry Page, Sergey Brin, collectively worth $76 billion. Google's not just a search engine, is it? No, it's an advertising platform. Google's not just a free Gmail account or Gmail accounts, is it? No, it's an advertising platform. Google isn't just YouTube, because Google owns YouTube, and watching videos. It's an advertising platform. Now, the reason I wanted to show these big numbers is to let you know that there's so much money in advertising, and this new advertising platform that just relaunched its 2.0 version over the weekend is going to allow you and I to get a little piece of that advertising pie. Now, let's share with you some things we were doing in our pre-beta. I would say that we're still in beta, even though they've just launched 2.0. Think of that as a beta launch. Give me a moment. Get a little water here. Okay. So here were some things that we were doing in pre-beta. Very simple tasks, very simple actions, all designed for advertisers to be able to put their advertisements in front of a captive audience. So this one was really simple. The company sent this. The new advertising platform sent this to us via email. Here's another offer we need you to sign up for. It's super simple. Email sign up Takes literally 10 seconds, and it's one of my favorites. All we had to do was click on this little link here, and that brought us to this page here. Wayfair is an e-commerce platform, and they specialize in home goods and furniture and things of that nature, decor for your house. And so all we did was we put our email address here. Now, what we suggest that our folks do is that they set up a totally separate email account just to receive information on these offers, so you're not cluttering up your regular email address. But we do want to check it on a daily basis because we want to patronize the advertisers. Think this through, all right? We in the field are essentially partnering with the new advertising platform. The new advertising platform has clients which are huge brands. So essentially, indirectly, we want to partner with these advertisers. Now, don't go out and buy stuff that you don't need to buy and that you weren't prepared to buy and that you don't have the resources to purchase. But the point is, if we were going to get some home decor anyway, we might as well at least take a look at the advertisers that we're essentially, kind of in partnership with, okay? And then what happened was they immediately sent an email to our email address about a 10% off. So in my mind, when I'm looking for some type of home decor, my wife's looking for some type of home decor, we're going to go in, we're going to check out what Wayfair has to offer. And if we can get the same pricing or something close, guess what? We're going to do it through Wayfair. That is going to give them a bigger bang for their buck, and they're going to want to continue to advertise through the new advertising platform by way of doing small actions like this. Now, we just launched 2.0 over the weekend, and you'll see here these numbers here. These numbers represent points, and this is what we're going to talk about in a few moments about cash equivalents. But what is so cool about this platform is, maybe you're a retiree, or maybe you've got just 30 minutes a day, or maybe you've got 2 hours a day to commit to your business. Well, you get to come in and you get to see what offers are essentially going to provide the biggest bang for the buck. So I did a survey today. That survey, at the end of the survey, I was awarded 42 points. We'll find out what points are and what that means in just a few moments. But here's a survey here. All right, we'll take 4 minutes. Thereabout. Sometimes it might take a little bit less. Sometimes it may take a little bit more. But there's 4 points there. And here's a little survey here. There's 13 points here. And here's a little survey here. All right, so you can now go into the system and you can see which actions are going to tend to reward you with the most. And we'll talk about those cash equivalents in just a few moments. Here again, plenty of content. If you're in the U.S., there's plenty of content. In Canada, UK, we're hearing there's plenty of content. For my Canadians and my UKers, let us know. For those of you that might be in other countries, it may not be as much content right now, or you might be more in the pre-launch phase, but I still want you to pay attention, because if you're part of our following, even if you're in a country where this isn't working at full speed just yet, we'll have you in position, if you follow what we teach, to start to generate some revenue in your business. Okay, now there's going to be other actions that's going to be coming aboard. Things as simple as accepting a product giveaway. All right, there are companies out there that have products, and you've probably seen it on TV. I saw one, I think it was today or yesterday. A TV commercial. I think it was like a male type product, a testosterone type product, where for the first however many people who called in, they were going to get a free trial, a 1 month trial or what have you. Why would a company do that? Because they feel good about their product, and they believe that if they get their product in the hands of enough people, that they'll actually get customers, all right, that will come back and buy again, so on and so forth. So there's going to be just a number of actions. Something as simple as registering for sweepstakes, registering for a product giveaway is going to generate actionable results for you. Excuse me. All right, so now what's going to happen is, as you and I perform these actions, and we want to perform them on a daily basis, be consistent, depending on what your time frame is. Some of you are going to really look at this as a very strong part-time type of income. So, maybe you're just, $500 will do it for you. Maybe you want to do 1,000, 1,500, so on and so forth. The more actions you do, the more points you're going to receive. So what happens is each action, whether it is a survey, whether it is a sweepstakes, whether it is a product giveaway, whether it is an email opt-in form, each action is going to have associated with it a point total, a point value. Now, you'll ultimately be able to redeem these points at the company's point redemption center. And so you can go and you can get consumer electronics and cameras and luggage and bags and watches and clocks. All right. You can even in time allow those points to accumulate and even go and get some travel packages. Now, these have not been uploaded just yet, so we don't know exactly how many points you'd have to be able to take a Cancun vacation. But let me tell you, if you want to scale to a 6 or 7 figure biz, here's what we want to do. We want to take those points, and instead of going out and buying stuff, nothing wrong with buying stuff, we want to take those points and we want to convert them to gift cards. Now follow me for just a moment, okay? Let's say that you've generated enough points from your actions to where you're able to convert those points into a gift card of something that you would use. Maybe you shop at Walmart, you shop at Amazon, you shop at Target. You like going out to certain restaurants and there's restaurant gift cards. You like going out to the movies and maybe there's a movie gift card. So what we would want to do is we want to convert those points into gift cards that we would actually use. I'm going to use Walmart as my example. Okay, so let's say that you did enough actions to generate enough points to where when you convert them to a gift card, that's $1,000 on your gift card. Okay. Well, now that means that $1,000 in cash that you normally would have been spending by going down to Walmart or paying for it online or what have you, using a debit card or what have you, you don't have to do that. That becomes that cash equivalent that we were talking about. And in just a moment, we're going to show you how we're going to use that cash equivalent to scale your business. So, if you're just looking for a few $100s in gift cards or points that you can convert into luggage and bags and cool stuff, then I've given you enough for you to want to get back to the person who referred you to tonight's webinar and ask them for their referral link, and you can join them. It's $50 annually to be a part of the advertising platform. No monthly subscription, no monthly auto ship. And you even get some really cool benefits, like you get access to a travel portal. I didn't get a chance to pull that up and show you some of the great deals back there. But if you're looking to travel anyway, you definitely want to go through our travel portal. That alone will cover the outlay many times over, just the savings that you'll get from the travel portal. All right, now what I'm going to do for the remaining part of the webinar, I asked you for an hour's worth of your precious time. What I'm going to do for the remaining part of the webinar is we're going to show you now how to scale this to potentially a 6, perhaps even a 7-figure biz. If you're excited about a 6 or a 7-figure biz, in your questions box, I want you to type in 6 or 7. That way I know who's still here. 6 or 7. All right. There we go. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So let's show you how we're going to scale this. Okay, so for our following that wants to scale to a 6 or 7-figure business, we're going to take a pledge. We're going to take an oath. It's a 3-part pledge. All right. It says this, that number 1, the first part of the pledge is that we're going to commit to doing enough actions so that we personally are able to generate $500 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalent. So before I did anything else in my business today, all right, I had planned out my day. I knew what I needed to work on, the most important things I needed to get done for the day. Before I did anything else, I took a little time, I went into the system, and I completed a survey. I scored 42 points on that survey, okay? So even yours truly, all right, I'm committing to doing enough cash equivalents, all right, doing enough activity so that I could generate $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents. This is the core part of our pledge because this is going to help fund everything else. Now, number 2, the second component of our pledge is whatever you generate in cash equivalent. So whatever you generate from your own activity, you want to convert that into gift cards, so that you have that cash equivalent. You have cash sitting in your pocket that you didn't have to spend because you used the gift card. Now, we don't want it to take that cash in our pocket and just go spend it all, okay? We want to be very strategic. We want to take a minimum of 50% of the cash equivalent. So if we had $1,000 worth of cash equivalents because of the gift cards, that's $1,000 we didn't have to spend out of our pocket because we used the gift card. We want to take a minimum of 50% of that. In that example, we've got 1,000, so we would take a minimum of 500. Now, you could be very aggressive and you could scale all of it if you want, okay? We're saying a minimum of 50% to 100%. Now, what we're going to do with that is we're going to recap. That stands for recapitalize, or essentially reinvest back into our business. How we're going to reinvest back into our business? We're going to make sure that we've got the proper tools, resources, and paid marketing. Let's talk about this for just a moment. What do we mean by proper tools? Well, we mentioned that you need to drive traffic to some type of lead capture mechanism. So you need to have a tool so that you have a lead capture page, okay? And then we want to start to build our list. So you need to have a tool so that you can start developing and growing a responsive list, whether we're talking about an email list, whether we're talking about a SMS text messaging list, so on and so forth. So you need to have tools. What do I mean by resources? Well, for instance, we introduced our audience about 2-3 weeks ago to our in-house traffic guru. This gentleman specializes in teaching various methods of how you can self-generate traffic. Now, most of these methods he teaches, once you learn the method and you apply the method and you get good at the method, you'll be able to generate traffic on demand, and in many cases, you'll be able to generate some free traffic. So, for instance, he's got an amazing Craigslist course. We already have people that are consistently getting new leads every single day. They only paid for the course one time, and now all the leads that they generate are free leads. That's what I mean by resources, okay? I've got a resource that I'm eyeing because I know it's going to help my business. And so I'm going to be outlaying a certain amount of money for that particular resource because it's going to help me in the growth of my business. And then paid marketing. Paid marketing. Ultimately to scale, you want to have traffic traffic coming in on an automated basis, okay? Particularly, you're starting to make some money in your business, let's say, you want to have some fun with that, right? You want to go on vacation, you want to be on a cruise and what have you. So you ultimately, to scale your business, you need to have paid marketing. Now, that's a challenge for most people because one, they don't have the money. Two, they don't really know the best methods for paid marketing. We've got your back. You're going to generate the money from your own personal efforts, right? Little sweat equity. We're going to take 50 to 100% of that, reinvest that back into our business. And this coming Thursday, so I want you to make a big note. This coming Thursday, we're going to focus on, Thursday happen to be our training webinars. We're going to focus on the fact that we just cut a deal with a search traffic agency. And with them, we're going to be able to offer a very powerful co-op. And then down the road, we'll even have a YouTube paid marketing co-op. So you don't have to necessarily learn all this paid traffic stuff. If you follow what we're teaching and you're part of our most intimate following, you'll be able to simply plug in, okay? All right, so number one, we do enough on our own to generate $500 to, let's say, $1,500 a month. Number two, we take 50 to 100% of that and we recap it back into our business. All right, so now we start getting the tools. Now we start getting the resources. Now we start having paid marketing and paid traffic and generating leads on demand. All right, now what's going to happen is marketing is a function of numbers. I'm going to show you how the structure is and some projections, some potential projections of what this could mean for your bottom line in just a few moments. All right, but I need you to get this about marketing, okay? You don't suck at marketing, all right? If you haven't been successful, it's not because you suck at marketing. It's because you haven't been getting consistent traffic. to a lead capture page, providing value when people opted in so that they want to open up your follow-up emails or your follow-up text messages, and then wrapping whatever your pitch happens to be in that value so that a percentage of those people ultimately join you, a percentage of those people ultimately buy from you. Marketing, ladies and gentlemen, is a pure function of the law of averages. Marketing is a pure function of the law of averages. However, the law of averages requires the law of large numbers. So for instance, if I had a coin in my hand and I flipped it, it's going to land on heads half the time. It's going to land on tails half the time. However, if I only flip it 4 times, I don't know what I'm going to get. I might get 4 heads and no tails. That's not the law of averages, right? Because I didn't employ the law of large numbers. If I flipped it 4 times, I might get 3 tails and 1 head. That's not the law of averages because I did not employ the law of large numbers. If I flipped that coin 4,000 times, guess what? I'm going to get right about 2,000 heads. Might be 2,003. If I flip that 4,000 times, I'm going to get it right about 2,000 tails. I might get 1,997, but it's going to be very, very close. So I need you to get that with marketing. So what's so very important, I don't care what you're promoting, what's so very important is that we get traffic consistently, high quality laser targeted traffic consistently, to some type of lead capture mechanism. Don't go announcing the name of the offer prematurely, or you're going to wind up losing people because they're going to go over to YouTube and they're going to find me with this type of message, and that type of message is going to appeal to folks. Don't do that. Okay? By the way, in all of our messaging, I never say my name. That way you can leverage what we've done for our audience and provide this type of value if you're not the content creator without ever losing anyone. Okay? All right, now this is going to allow you to start to build a network because this advertising platform has a network, meaning as people align with you personally, and then some of those folks have people aligning with them, and so you start to build this network. When people are doing their daily actions, because they want to get to their $500 to $1,500 a month, they get the points. You earn commissions. And from those commissions, we're going to use that also, a percentage of it, to scale. Now, most of these commissions you're going to keep in your pocket. Most of these commissions, you're going to pay off some debt, free up some cash flow. Most of these commissions, you're going to do something constructive for you and your family. But we're going to take a percentage of these commissions and we're going to recap that also back into our business. And we're going to do at least 25% of those commissions to help scale our business. Now, let's talk real quickly about the structure. Then we'll show you how this all works. By the way, if you're saying, well, I'm not good at recruiting, I'm not good at sponsoring, I'm not good at enlisting, I'm not good at getting sales, that's only because you haven't had enough traffic going to lead capture pages with a robust follow-up system that presented the offer in a value-based format so that a percentage of people would actually join you or buy from you. Here's somebody who went connected with our in-house traffic guru, started to learn how to self-generate some leads, and she generated 18 leads in one day from the platform that he taught her on. When you come into our system, you can decide if you want to purchase that course or not. And she had 2 of those people that joined her with this same new advertising platform. She didn't know them. These were cold prospects. She didn't have to prospect her friends and family. But she got a couple of people that joined her just from that one ad that she placed that generated 18 leads in that one day. Here's another ad. One of our folks, they placed an ad and they started getting all these contacts. These were essentially free leads. Someone purchased the course that we have inside of our system, started learning how to self-generate leads, and now they're getting leads for free. Okay, we want you to learn 1 or 2 methods of how to generate leads on your own. That way, nobody can ever take that away from you. It doesn't matter what companies come and go, nobody will ever be able to take that away. So if you decide you want to promote something else other than the new advertising platform, you can do that because you know how to get leads. Now, we'll talk about this again in more detail this coming Thursday. We're going to be talking about our co-op. We're going to start with a search traffic co-op. You know how when you go to Google or you go to Bing and you see ads there? Well, those are really probably the highest quality of leads out there. When somebody has actually put in a search query to find out about something, whatever that something happens to be, and you have an ad that is congruent with what they're looking for, and they click on that ad and they hear the message. And so we're going to talk about that. You don't have to be the search traffic guru or guru-ette. We'll talk about that more on this coming Thursday. So I want you to know, and this is why I said, I preface this is not just some other opportunity meeting. See, for me to simply present an opportunity, hey, come join this thing. It's got a network marketing structure and you can make all this money, without addressing the pain points that most marketers have. It would just you be joining another thing. Well, the last thing that you joined probably didn't work, and the thing before that didn't work, and the thing before that didn't work. Hey, if that's you, I won't say your name. If the last thing you joined didn't work, and the thing before that didn't work, and the thing before that didn't work, because you didn't have traffic, because you didn't have a lead capture mechanism, because you didn't have all the stuff we've talked about up to this point, just put me in the questions box. I won't say your name. So I tried something last week, last month before that, month before. All right, I got all these me's showing up. See, it doesn't matter what the deal is. If you don't know how to market, it doesn't matter what you're marketing. And then you just get frustrated and you spend a lot of money because you try this and that didn't work, and you try that and that didn't work, and you try that and that didn't work, because we didn't put the systems in place, including the traffic. Okay? All right, so we're going to change that for you. All right, now let's show you real quickly how all this works. I've got 13 minutes to the top of the hour, so I've got to do it real quickly. All right, we're going to talk about a lot of money here. No income is guaranteed. It's going to be directly related to your investment of time. Are you willing to do the little sweat equity, whether it's 30 minutes a day or 45 minutes a day or 2 hours a day, to go through the system and do those actions? Then are you willing to take a percentage of whatever your cash equivalents are and reinvest that back into your business so that you can start to scale? I can't make you do any of that, okay? You're big boys and you big girls. You make your own decisions. But if you're willing to do that, I have a hard time seeing how you would not ultimately be successful. Okay, real quickly, quick compensation lesson. The new advertising platform employs what's referred to as a 3x10 matrix. If you don't understand fully what that means, don't worry about that right now. I'll just give you a very quick compensation lesson. It simply means this, that if this is you, you're green, all right? Everybody sits atop of their own 3x10 matrix. So red sits atop of his or her own 3x10 matrix. Burgundy over here sits atop of their own 3x10 matrix. Turquoise way down here sits atop of their own 3x10 matrix. Now, 3x10 matrix means this, that you can refer others. If you leverage our system, you're going to get traffic. You're going to have them go to a lead capture mechanism. A percentage of those people are going to ultimately start to join you. But you can only have 3 people that join that fall on your first level. You can have the world join. You can have 3,000 people that join through your referral link, but only the first 3, only 3 positions are on your first level. So this causes a forced action where, let's say if you referred 1, 2, 3, and then you referred a 4th person, that 4th person would have to spill underneath one of these first 3. Now, you'll often hear in our industry when it comes to a matrix, people over-promising on spill. People will say, hey, you join me, you're going to get spill. I don't know if you're going to get spill. You may or you may not. I haven't gotten any spill because I create so much spill, all right? So don't sit back waiting on spill. If you follow what we teach, what's going to happen is you're going to be the spill master. All right, because you're going to ultimately have 3 people join you, 7 people join you, 17 people join you, 23 people join you, 100 plus people joining you in the matrix, because if you follow what we teach, all right? And if you don't follow what we teach, I don't know what's going to happen. But if you follow what we're teaching and with our system and you stick with it, I just have a hard time seeing you not being successful. Now, at the end of the day, with a full 3x10 matrix, you can have just under 90,000 folks. I'm going to show you it doesn't take anything close to 90,000 to get to a 6 or even a 7-figure biz. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, give me a moment here. Bear with me. All right. Give me a moment. All right. So I'm going to go to a spreadsheet here. Now, let me say this. Let me preface by saying this. These are numbers that were shared with us in like pre-beta. The system has just launched its 2.0. I still consider that beta. And they just launched that this past, it was either Friday or Saturday, okay? Just launched it, just relaunched it. So right now, there's still some things that we don't quite see. So I'm going to show you this income illustration. If we need to make changes to it because it's too conservative or it's too aggressive, we'll come back and ultimately do so. What I really want you to get is not so much the numbers, but how we're going to scale. Not so much the numbers. The numbers may be higher, may be lower. Again, because it's just launched, we don't have a great handle on that. We'll come back once we have a better handle on the numbers. If we have to make any modifications, to make modifications. Okay, so let's say that you have 10 folks in your matrix. They don't have to be all personally enrolled. Maybe you enrolled 2 or 3 or 4, and maybe they enrolled a couple or what have you, just kind of getting started. And they're all doing enough actions. On average, they're doing enough actions so that they generate $500 to $1,500 in cash equivalents a month. Based on the numbers we were given, that would generate for you about $1,500 or so in commissions. Now, again, if that's too conservative, we'll come back and we'll adjust those numbers. If that's too aggressive, we'll come back and adjust those numbers. Now, before we get to you generating $1,500 in commissions, now this is because you had, in this example, 10 people in your matrix that were doing their daily actions so that they could ultimately generate $500 to $1,500 a month as they do their actions. So I did a survey. I did just one survey today that generated 42 points. Now I'm going to end my night by doing some more actions. My wife did quite a bit of actions on today. My 2 sons. So if you're married or you have loved ones in your household that are 18 or above, they can also register for $50 a year, and they can start doing these actions as well to generate their own cash equivalents, okay? All right, so in any event, before we get to the $1,500 in commissions here, let's say that you generated $1,000 in cash equivalents for the month, and you decided you're going to take 50% of that and recap that back into your business, $500, okay? All right, so $500 at this example is your marketing budget. What are you doing with that? Tools, resources, maybe even some paid marketing, okay? Maybe you participate in our co-op that we'll talk about on this coming Thursday. Okay, now you just generated $1,500 in commissions. Where did this come from? Because you had people in your matrix and they are doing their actions. They earn the points. You get commissions. They earn the points and you get commissions. So let's say that you generated $1,500 that month in commissions. Could be more, could be less. It's the concept that I want you to get. Okay, it's the principle that I want you to get. Now, the third part of our pledge said we're going to take 25% of whatever commissions we generate, and we're also going to reinvest that back into our business as well. So if we add that to our initial budget of $500, we've got an $875 a month budget. In this example, you generated $1,000 in cash equivalents. You recap $500 back into your business. That means you kept $500. And in this example, you generated $1,500 in commissions. All right, you took $375 or 25% of that, and you recapped that in your business, which means that you kept the overwhelming majority. All right, but now you're able to start scaling your business. By this time, you've got some tools in place. Maybe you've learned 1 or 2 traffic methods. Maybe you purchased a course so that you learn how to drive traffic at will for free. Maybe you've purchased a share of a co-op that we have that we'll be sharing on this coming Thursday. Or maybe you did some other paid marketing strategies or what have you, okay? So now what starts to happen is you start getting consistent traffic to a lead capture mechanism with a robust follow-up system that wraps the pitch in value, and a percentage of people are going to join you. That's just the numbers. Let's say in time you now have 25 folks in your matrix, all looking to get their $500 to $1,500 in cash equivalents. Now your commissions are up to $3,750 in this example. All right, now you're still doing your actions on a daily basis. All right, so that you can generate your $500 to $1,500 a month. That becomes your steady. You know you're going to have a budget for the next month because of what your cash equivalents are going to be from your own actions. All right, so that's still $500 in this example. You generate $1,000 in our example, and you recap 500 or 50% of that. Now you take the $3,750 and you say, okay, for this next month, I'm taking 25% of that $3,750 or $937.50. That's going right back in my business. I'm not even thinking about it. That's going right back in my business. Now all of a sudden I've got a budget. You've got a budget of just under $1,500 a month to start scaling your business. Are you seeing how this is scaling? You see how this is scaling? You see how this is scaling? Real quickly, because my time is just about up. Let's get you to six figures. With those numbers, it only takes 56 folks in your matrix doing what we're talking about. They're starting to scale themselves, okay? 56 folks doing what we're talking about, $8,400. So you had the 500, that was in your budget because you're doing your actions. And now all of a sudden with the 8,400 at 25%, $2,100 adding to your existing budget. Now you're at $2,600. Now you've got some paid marketing for sure going on. Maybe you've even taken a course where you're doing your own Facebook advertising or Twitter advertising with paid strategies. Or maybe you're just saying, hey, you know what? This co-op thing is working for me. I'm going to buy some more shares so I can have my link distributed more often and get more leads and potentially more recruits and sales and what have you, okay? And then real quickly, let's show you 7 figures. We just add a 0 to it. Now, look at what happens when you add a 0. You're talking about a $21,000 budget. A $21,000 budget to build your business. If you want to know how it is, how is it that I'm struggling? I can't recruit a soul. I log on to Facebook and my Facebook friends see me coming and they log off. I can't recruit anybody. And yet I see in this company that this dude that recruited 2,000 folks. How is that possible? How is it I'm hearing not people making 6 figures or 7 figures? I'm hearing people making 8 figures. How is that possible? Because they're driving tremendous amounts of traffic to some type of lead capture mechanism. They're capturing that lead, building their list. The most important asset outside of themselves in business is your list. And then they are providing value so that whatever their pitch is, buy this from me, join me in this, is wrapped in value. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do that. Now, the challenge that many people had previous to coming to this webinar is, well, I don't have a budget right now. I might be strapped. I don't have enough money to do that. That's why we love this platform, because you can, a little sweat equity will allow you to have the budget. All right, so now let's start to round third here. All right, so here's what's going to happen. If you want to scale to 6 or 7 figures, here's what's going to happen. The most you're going to outlay today is going to be $51. Okay? You're going to get back with the person that referred you to tonight's webinar. You're going to say, hey, I want to go on and get started with that advertising platform. That's $50. All right, they're going to get you their link. You're going to be able to register in just a few short seconds. and be prepared for 50 US dollars so that you now are in the new advertising platform system, and you can start immediately. You can start doing these actions to start building up your points. Okay. Now, be mindful, we're still in beta, so there's going to be some things that maybe don't quite work the way they should just yet. We're going to be patient. We're going to be business people. We're going to focus on the rewards and not focus on the process, because the rewards are definitely going to be there. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to test drive our marketing platform. This is our marketing and training platform, and that's just $1. That's going to give you a 7-day test drive. If you like it, which most people will, all right, very few people are going to not keep it because of all the value that we have in there. You know, this is the portal. Really, I was talking with our search traffic guy on yesterday, and he was looking at our lead capture pages. And one of the things he said is, oh my gosh, just the lead capture pages alone, the quality of them is worth thousands of dollars for the average person that doesn't know how to do a lead capture page. So he's kind of gone through our lead capture pages. He's going through our autoresponder series, crafting the messaging that ultimately is going to be on Yahoo and Bing and Google AdWords and so on and so forth. Again, we'll talk more about that this coming Thursday. So $1 gives you a 7-day test drive. Thereafter, it's just $30 a month. Okay. All right. So here's what you're going to get for $51. You're going to get access to the underlying advertising platform. Number 2, you're going to get access to our marketing and training portal. Number 3, in our marketing and training portal, our lead capture pages, our robust follow-up systems are already ready to go for you. Access to all of our live webinars and a very robust recorded library if you can't make the webinars or you want to hear them again. Like, for instance, Thursday nights are our training webinars. That content changes every Thursday night, all designed to help you to build your business. Access to our in-house traffic guru. We want you to learn 1 or 2 methods that you can generate traffic on your own. And then we're bringing automated systems to you in the form of, we're going to start off with the search engine co-op. Down the road, we'll have a YouTube paid traffic co-op. We'll talk more about those 2 on this coming Thursday night. So get back with the person who referred you on tonight's webinar. Get their Divvy link. Now, I want you to notice something. That's the first time that I've mentioned the name of the underlying platform. If you're new, I want you to get this. I just gave you an hour's worth of valuable content before I ever said the name of the company. Why is that important? Because you want to lead in with value so that people are less likely to now go and sponsor shop on YouTube or Facebook. They're more likely to join the person that brought them the value. That's why all of our recorded stuff, all of our email follow-ups with all the videos and what have you, I never mention my name. So that way, when the call to action button pops up in a video that is sent out via email and a person clicks on, all they know is to join the person that sent them that information. Okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, just that one lesson could potentially revolutionize your business. All right, so I'm going to stop there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to enter into an optional piece here. Now, what I want to do real quickly is I want to take about 10, 15 minutes of training about what we're seeing inside of the platform, all right, since it's just relaunched at 2.0. And then after that, we'll have about 15 minutes or so of Q&A, all right? So this is all optional. This is all optional. By the way, the name of our marketing system is Click, Rank, and Bank, or CRB for short. That's where you're going to get those little capture pages and all that good stuff. There's a lot of great stuff there. So give me just a moment here. Let me transition. I need to pull up something. I'm sorry. I thought I had it pulled up. Okay, so about 15 minutes or so of some quick training. So those of you that were a part of Divvy before 2.0, Okay, so what happened was there was, I'll call it pre-beta, where Divi was open. We were able to invite people, and it was a fairly cumbersome process. We're going to adapt regardless, but what it required is that you didn't just have a referral link that you could send to people. You actually had to have them to connect with you. You had to put them into your contact manager in your, let's say, like your cell phone, and they would have to, they had to give you their name, their email address, their cell phone number, what have you. And then once you got that information, you would send them an invitation. All right. Well, that has now changed. It has radically changed, far simpler. So for those of you that are in Divi already, you can log into your back office by going to divvee.social. You don't need to put HTTP, www, no .com. Just divvee.social. Okay? Just divvee.social, and it's going to take you to this page here, and you simply sign in with your registration details. All right, what you chose as you were getting started. Okay, now I want you to come back to your profile. All right, so you're going to come to your profile. If your status says pending, then it means there's some things that you need to do to become active, and you'll see that down here. If there's anything that's pending or anything that you need to redo, when they did the 2.0, they reset things. So you may have done this before, but you may have to go back and do things. So if you're showing pending, there's going to be something in red that just requires your attention. So just click on whatever that is. You might have to complete a questionnaire. Yes, maybe you did it before, but go back through it and click on, I agree, and submit and what have you, and then that'll go from red to this color here. Here's what I want you to pay attention to. Your new referral link is back here under profile. Is right here, okay? So this is a link that you can get to people, and if you get this link to people, they can go on and they can register for Divi. Now, there's no presentation if you just send that link. There's no, so they would have need to have seen something so that they will understand what's going on, because it's basically just a registration form. So give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. I should have had this up. I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Should have had this up. I apologize. Okay, so now, right now you're looking inside of our Click, Rank, and Bank system. Okay, I needed to come and grab something. I wanted to show you. All right, this is my test account here. So here is a link from the back office from Divi, and I want to show you what people are going to see if you're not familiar with it yet. Okay. All right. So what's going to happen is I'm using my son's account as our test account right now. So when you send someone to the link that's in the back office, this link right here, okay, it's going to take them to the enrollment form where it's going to say verify your enroller. All right. And they're just going to click and say yes and then move forward. Okay. Again, that's my son's account. We're using that for our test account for tonight, okay? All right. By the way, my son is 19, so you want to make sure that anyone that's in your household that's 18 or above has a Divi account. The beautiful part about this is in some companies, a spouse can't refer another spouse, but that's not the case with Divi. So what would happen is you would join your referrer, okay? And then let's say if you have a spouse, or if you have a son or a daughter or what have you, and you want them in Divi, you're going to pay $50 per. And but you go on and you sponsor them. You sponsor them. All right. So if I'm a husband, I would sponsor my wife, and my 2 sons, all right, who are 18 and above. So that's going to take them there. All right, so you can just get out your referral link. Now, something that's very, very important for those of you that have CRB. Okay, so for my CRBers, and we sent out a video on this today, but in case you hadn't gotten a chance to watch it yet, I'm going to walk you through this very quick process. For those of you that have CRB, you want to take this link that's back here, and you want to go into CRB, and you want to go to where it says My Personal Info, left click, and our programmer has just embedded this where it says divvee enrollment link. So what's going to happen is you're going to put that link, your link right here, and make sure you click save. Now what that's going to do is that when someone opts into one of your capture pages, and let me show you for those of you who are not familiar, some of the pages that we have back here. All right, so when someone opts into one of your capture pages, let's take this one here. All right, so here's an example of a capture page that's in CRB. When someone opts into this capture page, they're going to be taken directly to a sales video. Much of what we just did is in that sales video, where we lead in with value, why people are struggling, why people are having a hard time making money. All right, now let's share with you this new advertising platform without mentioning the name of Divvee. We go through the whole presentation, just like we did tonight, without ever mentioning the name of Divvee until the call to action button comes up and they click on that call to action button to join. They've never even heard us mention Divvee. They've never even heard us mention Click, Rank, and Bank throughout that presentation. Why? Because we don't want them leaving that, then going over to YouTube, leaving that, then going over to Facebook. If they watch the entire piece, you've got them hooked. You've given them value. Even if you're not the content creator, you don't have to be. You just have to drive them to great content. By the way, a plug for you to get here on Thursday night. With our search traffic guide, we're going to camp out at any major network marketing company, any hot one, anyone that's been around for a while. We're going to camp out with an ad that's going to basically mirror this type of information. You know, so someone might be looking at Jeunesse, and we're going to have an ad there saying something like, I don't know exactly what it will be. He'll come up with it. He knows what best draws. It might say something like free video series exposes, you know, full-blown point-by-point system to get paid over and over again. Whatever he comes up with there. But he's taking our messaging, crafting that in an ad that's going to work on Yahoo and Bing, in an ad that's going to work on Google. In time, we'll have other platforms like YouTube and perhaps even Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff with the co-op, okay? All right, so now that's important that you put this link that you have in your Divvee back office for those of you who have CRB. Again, you went to your, get out of here the pages. You went to My Personal Info, okay? And then you pasted your Divvee enrollment link right there, okay? So now, I'm going to take this link right here. Now this doesn't have anyone opting into a capture page, but I want to show you what's going to wind up happening here. Give me just a moment. Bear with me. Excuse me. Okay. So that link, I just took this link here. This under My Personal Info. Now this only works. This is only going to work for you if you have one, your Zaxa affiliate link, and then two, your Divvee enrollment link. Both of those need to be back here If you have not set up your Zaxa affiliate piece where you make money if you refer other people to CRB, then you need to get that done. Make sure you go through the Getting Started videos under Marketing Vault and watch that video and follow what we show you in that video. Okay, so now look at what's going to happen here. What's going to happen is when someone clicks on the call to action button, so when someone opts into your capture page, there's going to be what we call a sales video, basically a presentation video like what we just did. That was a presentation, okay? There's going to be a button that's going to pop up at the appropriate time with a call to action for them to join you. When they click on that button, all right, it's going to take them to this page. All right, this page will be coded to you if you follow what we've just showed you to do, okay? Also, if they are if they open up one of the emails, if the email series sends out, there's going to be a video in that email series. They click onto that video. There's going to be a countdown timer. It might just be a minute. It might be 2 minutes. It might be 4 minutes. When that countdown timer gets to 0, same call to action button is going to pop up. They click on that. They're going to come to this page. Now, what's going to happen is this. All right. We are adjusting this page. You don't have to worry about this. We're adjusting this now, and I'm hoping it'll be adjusted sometime tomorrow. My programmer put this little link here. Now, we're going to make it pretty. This is not pretty. This is ugly right now. All right, we're going to make this pretty for you. So by sometime tomorrow afternoon, that'll probably be in place. But this is what I want to show you. When someone clicks on the link, so we're going to have a bigger link, prettier link that says click here to join Divvy. When they click on that link, it's going to take them to your Divvy enrollment page. But what you have to do, you see that? That's my son's Divvy enrollment page, okay? What you have to do is you have to put your Divvy link in my personal info right under where it says Divvy enrollment link. Now, real quick, and then we'll get into a optional Q&A. We are, a moment. We are going to modify this video here because this video here talked about the old process. I've already cut that. I expect that sometime tomorrow that will probably be replaced. You don't have to worry about that. We will let you know once it is replaced, just so you happen to know. And also, some of this content here is going to go away because we don't have to do this for the invitations anymore. And again, we'll have a really nice click, really big, and it won't be, this looks out of place. But he just did that just to show me that he programmed everything the way that I asked him to program things, okay? All right, so let's stop there. And Queen, how about we open up for Q&A? Queen, let's go because we've got a lot of stuff that people might be asking with the new 2.0. So why don't we go, instead of 15 minutes, let's call it maybe a quarter till. So that gives us about 28 minutes. If you can't be there here that long, let me know. I'll stick around to a quarter till.
Hey, good evening, everyone. If you have questions, just put it in your questions box. And I will get to as many as we can in the time that we have allotted. Okay. I know in the past we could not use Apple, but since 2.0 has launched, can we use Apple?
Apple is still not up and running, but I'm glad they brought that up because, one, you can access Divvy via the web, all right? So however you access the web. So you can access divvee.social from your browser on your Apple, and you can participate with some of the you can participate with the actions. What we found out, and I think it was Cowboy Jim or maybe John Yerglick, but somebody, I think it was Cowboy Jim, who hit me and said, "Hey, I just found out that if you go and use the Android app, which is still available, okay, at the Google Play Store, you actually have more content if you're using a mobile device, whether it's your phone or whether it's an Android tablet. All right, you've got plenty of actions if you're just accessing everything from the web. So give me just a moment, Queen, and I'm going to show you. Give me just a moment. All right, so here's an example. All right, so this was from this morning. I did one survey, and I scored 42 points. Now I can come back. This is from the web. All right, I'm doing this from the web. Here's one 4 points for 4 minutes. Here's one 13 points for about 21 minutes. Here's one 6 points for about 10 minutes. You can even look at the ones that are the easiest. They may not pay out the most, all right? But you can look at that. You can look at the ones, what I do, I'll do high to low payouts. So I'm going to look at the ones that's going to provide the most points, all right? With my personal actions, I'm going to generate points, but I know that's going to also drive the most commissions upline. Meanwhile, if all of us focus on the ones that give us the most points, then that's going to generate more revenue for everyone. So you can do this just from the web, however you access the web. If you access it from an Apple phone and you got on the web and you went to divvee.social, went in your back office and you did this. By the way, all you do in your divvee.social, all right, all you do is when you log in, right down here it says rank and share. You click on where it says rank and share. And then that will allow you to, you'll either be able to open up surveys right now, or you'll be able to open up videos. Surveys pay far better than the video, so I would focus on the surveys. Next question.
I was just looking at, I hadn't even paid attention to my score.
Oh, really?
No, I did do some surveys, and I, you know, when you pointed out the score, I was like, oh.
It might not have been there when you, that happened today. We were told that, you know, points weren't showing up originally, and that it would just be a matter of time before points would show up almost in real time. And I will tell you this, that I plan on doing something very special. I'm not going to announce it just yet because I need to make sure that we're going to be able to easily quantify it. But what we're going to do, Queen, now this is going to impact those that follow us that have CRB. And the reason being is because we've got a lot of people, Queen, that follow us that aren't necessarily in our matrix, that, you know, we don't benefit from a financial perspective. If they're in CRB, at least we know something comes back from an admin standpoint. But we're going to do something. I have it in mind. I just need to make sure that we can quantify the points. So whoever's in our CRB following, meaning doesn't matter what organization they're in, as long as they have CRB, whoever's number one in the month of May is going to get a really nice something. And I already know what that something is. And whoever's number two is going to get a really nice something. And whoever's number three is going to get a really nice something. So what we want to do is we want to get people getting used to, making a habit of getting in there and doing as many actions as your time allows on a daily basis. Next question.
Can internationals benefit from promoting Divvy travel portal?
Well, with the travel portal, you're not going to make any money because someone gets the travel portal. What they opted to do, instead of having retail pricing in the portal, they decided that they wanted to have wholesale pricing and for it to be a benefit, primarily because we want to be global, all right? And we are global, yet there's not everybody that's global can do actions right now. A lot of that has to do with, one, are there enough people in that country? Two, do they have enough advertisers? You know, a U.S.-based offer a company doesn't want to have to pay someone in the Philippines for something that's only going to impact maybe people that might be in the U.S., as an example, okay? So what they would need to do to really open up the Philippines, as an example, is have enough people in the Philippines, but then have offers that are specific to people in that region, so on and so forth. So the reason they did the travel portal as a free benefit is so that there is something that you can use to get people to register in your country. So for instance, let's say you're in Australia. Right now, Australia is not doing any of the ranking and sharing or doing the actions. But we want to get Australia to that point. All right. Well, that means we need some leaders in Australia that's going to start pushing this thing in Australia. Well, why would somebody who doesn't really get the magnitude of what we're doing, maybe they haven't come to one of our webinars or what have you, why would someone register for $50 if it's not ready to go in Australia? Oh, maybe they register for the $50 because of the travel is so enticing, and it's only $50, and there's no monthly subscription, no monthly auto ship, so on and so forth. Now, we will ultimately do some type of messaging, some type of video messaging that our internationals, no matter where you are, will be able to use to get people into Divvy to help you grow your area, so that ultimately Divvy is operating on full cylinders. I will say this. We had a webinar last Wednesday, I believe it was, all right, addressing the fact that we know that some of our international audience, because we've got a very large international audience, that Divvy would not be fully functioning in your area. So if you're in CRB already, go to your back office and go to Webinar Vault, April 2017. And there is a video specific. We did this specifically for our international audience. Now, this is going to impact those in the U.S. as well, but specifically, is this the one? Yep, this is it right here. Last video under April 2017. So make sure you watch that, because this is how we're going to help our internationals even before Divvy is operating full scale in your area to help you to start generating some revenue. Next question.
I was just thinking about the international. It would be a great question for Lance, if he could answer. I know that some countries, they're going to bank your commissions. For the month of May, remember the $50, they're going to take $10 out of every $50 and send, and it'll go up 10 levels from wherever it lands. And so, they'll take, so $1, 10, each of the 10 levels up will get paid during the month of May.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that it would be a great question for whether or not the internationals could bank. What countries can bank that money if they start building?
Hold on. Give me a moment. Let me put that on a list here. Go on to the next question, and I'll go on and.
It's just, that was just a thought, because it is for the month of May, and May just got started, so we want to get as many people making money as possible. How were you able to identify the amount of points that you have?
Right now, I don't know that it's working 100%. Right now, where am I?
If you just go into the, if you go into your back office and then you go into your actions, and then you click on survey and click on survey 1, and it'll bring you to this page and show you at the top your value rating in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, this happened. I did a survey this morning. It was an extensive survey. That's why it was 42 points. But once I completed the survey, a few seconds later, this was showing back there. My wife, she did a combination of some surveys and some videos, and her points were showing up. Now, is it working 100% of the time yet? That I don't know. All right, so what we did is you go into your back office, divvee.social, okay? Let me do that real quickly. Bear with me. I'm doing this off screen now. I just want to show you where it is. I can do this without showing. Okay. Okay, so you go in your back office, you go in under rank and share, and then survey right here is what we did. This is really where we want to concentrate our attention, because this is what's going to pay the most. We click where it said offer one, and this is a different account than what I just showed you. But you see there was a rating there of 23, and then what you really want to focus on is you want to focus on those that's going to give you the most points. So I like to categorize them by high to low payouts. All right, and then if you're pressed for time, for instance, okay, here's one, looks like it should take about 4 minutes. All right, well, I don't have a lot of time. Let me go and see if I can do this one and get my 4 points. Here's one that I like. So for instance, I would choose this one over this one right now. This one is 11 minutes and it's going to get me 3 points. This one is 4 minutes and it's going to get me 4 points. So if I'm pressed for time, I'm going to do this one right here. Then I can scroll down and I can see other ones there. Now, do they all reflect in almost real time just yet? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that one. Next question.
Okay, someone wants a short answer because they, when you give a long answer, you lose them.
They're asking the wrong person for a short answer.
And
so
I know, but try. Try to do a tweet. Try to do a tweet.
That's why I don't use Twitter.
You learned it one time. So you can still do it.
Okay. All right. Go on. I'll try.
Can you explain to me what CRB is intended to do and why I need it?
I just took an hour.
But they need it's a quick, short answer.
What I just showed you was CRB. I showed you how we present. I showed you lead capture pages. I just showed you. I don't know what else to say. Is that quick enough? I mean, here's the bottom line. I mean, look.
You don't know?
Look,
okay.
Here you're going to get.
Okay, the bottom line is if they went in there and looked at the videos are, leading somebody to your, back to Divvy. The whole idea of CRB is basically to, it's a done-for-you system.
There you go.
Of marketing.
Capture pages.
It's a done-for-you system of marketing.
Follow-up systems, traffic, everything you need to build the business we have in CRB. Is that good enough?
It's a done-for-you marketing system is what it is. It's a done-for-you marketing system. And if you use it and just get it out in front of as many people as you can, then you will see your businesses grow. And then CRB has training on how you can build out your other businesses also. If you have more than just one, if you have more than just Divvy. I hope that helps.
Okay.
I can put my Divvy in my showcase, right? Just clarifying.
Yeah, but the reality is the majority of people that's going to join you in CRB would be joining you in Divvy. So now we did put this here. Great question. I'm glad to ask that. We do have an affiliate center here, and you can go on now, and you can put your Divvy link back here. But 90% of the people that's going to join CRB would be people that have already joined or are joining you in Divvy. Next question.
All right. And this is a great question for Lance also, so you can write this down because the link. There's certain countries that your link does not work in. So if I were to grab my link and send it to somebody in Australia, they would bring it up and it would say not valid for this country.
Okay,
If I put it
what's
up
the
and
question?
if I sent my link to someone in Bermuda, it would say the same thing. It is not valid for this country. It also will happen in Panama. And so I'm not sure how you build this. Okay, there's a person who's asking that question,
How
but
you
the
build in that
question,
area? How do you build in that
right?
area?
How will you build for that area if you can't even, get your link to show in that country? So that's another great question for Lance. We don't have the answer, but I'm just giving him the question so that he can ask it of our fearless leader.
There was another Australia. My
Hmm?
Australians. I wonder if that's happening with my Australians at all.
Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's the same. Australia's having the same problem. Panama. I mean, these are the three that I know about now that somebody is saying to me on the webinar that Australia and Bermuda are having a problem. I know of Panama.
Okay, good.
So
Okay.
if there are any others, they have to let us know that, and we can ask that question for clarification. But we don't have the answer.
Okay.
Somebody said yes, they like working on the computer because there's no more suffering on the phone.
I get it. I get that. I mean, I'm not a cell phone fan at all. I understand why cell phone needs to be a big part of my business because of where people are, but I prefer to do everything by my computer. So I'm still old school.
Still old school.
Still
Oh,
old
the
school.
computer.
Yeah.
I am too. I like the computer better, but I had already saw that there was more stuff on the phone, just as someone else saw. So I have been on the phone a little bit too.
Got you.
Someone can't open their sponsors' links in the sponsor showcase, they're asking.
They need to connect with their sponsor then. They need to
Yeah.
real quickly. Let me go to so everybody will see this. But I need to go to another demo that's not showing active showcase items.
Link.
Bear with me.
Okay.
Bear with me. Let's go to Sue Average.
Because the links do work if the sponsor put them in there correctly. Okay. To my knowledge, I mean, I haven't seen any issues with the links.
Okay. So real quickly, one thing that you have in CRB is you also have the ability to promote other offers, whatever those offers happen to be. What you see right now is what's called a team pop-up. This is a really big ad. So anyone that gets CRB from you, when they log in, you can put whatever your messaging happens to be here. If you're in Bitcoin, wellness, nutrition, what have you, okay? Then we have what's called a showcase. So basically what this person is saying is their sponsors' links aren't working. So in the showcase, this is where you can showcase any and all of your other income opportunities, product, services that you want to promote. And when I click on that link, which is basically a headline, all of this content here is under your control. So if your sponsor's links are not working, then it sounds like that maybe your sponsor put in the wrong link or something's not quite right. But you can connect with your sponsor. Down here, you're going to have their information. Obviously, this is demo information. Also, up here, you're going to have their information. This is demo information. So maybe email them and say, hey, I want to join or buy, but your link isn't working. They may not even be aware that the link is not working. Be mindful that when you log into CRB, you are going to see your referral showcase, not your own. All right. Meanwhile, when your folks that get CRB from you, when they log into CRB, they're going to see your showcase, so long as you've put your showcase items in there. Even if you don't have all the content to put your showcase in just yet, set up your showcase with something, even if it just says, my showcase is coming soon. That way, anyone that is referred by you is going to see your content and not someone else's. Okay. Next question.
Can I mask the click rank the links in my back office for CRB?
Yeah.
If I bought a domain name and forwarded a specific link to that domain name, can I mask it, or will it make that link not work?
That's a great question. I don't have a great answer for you. I know you can. I know you can forward it with no problem. I would just have you to test it on the masking part. Great question. Don't have a great answer right now.
The
By the way, I can I
GP?
tip my hat off to them, because that's one thing we want everyone to do, is to get domain names, even with your Divvy referral link. I don't want you to have to send out that ugly Divvy link. It might be joinqueen.com or joinmeinDivvy.com or what have you. So my hat off to the person that did go out and purchase a domain name. Just play around with it, mask it, and try it on a couple different browsers. Try it on Firefox. Try it on IE. Try it on Google, and see what happens. Next question.
What is GPG?
GPG, I don't know what it stands for. That's the payment system.
Well, somebody's asking what is it, because they don't know that that's the payout system.
Yeah, that's the payout system. Very important.
Very important. Fill out that information so you can get paid.
Yeah, very, very important.
You want to get paid.
Yes, very important. And what happens is when commissions are going to be paid out, they're going to pay that out to GPG. You'll log into your GPG account, excuse me, and then you'll tell GPG how you want that money to be sent to you. Do you want it going to your bank account? If you happen to be in the U.S., it's like a draft in like 2 or 3 business days. It's sitting in your account. You can, depending on the cards, you can use like a credit card and go to a credit card. I don't know if you can use a debit card or not, but if you need to have it wired to you, there's a number of ways that you can have them to send you your money. So what happens is when you get paid, when commissions are released, they go over to GPG. Then you log into GPG and you say how you want those commissions to be sent to you. Okay. Next question.
Well, this is a comment. Someone did a survey today and got 81 points.
Oh!
That's the way to go.
Hey, how long did it take them to do that survey? 81 points.
Charles, how long did it take you to do that survey that you got 81 points for? Well, then everybody needs to know also that everyone does not qualify equally for all surveys.
Right.
Everybody's demographics are a little different.
Right.
I mean, and even your answers to certain questions would be different within. So you almost would never get exactly the same survey as somebody else is going to get. So you just have to, just do it until you get the feel for what works for you.
Did he say how long it took him? 45 minutes?
Man, I didn't go down to the bottom. You need to go down to the bottom.
Minutes. I'll take 45 minutes to get 81 points all day long.
Right. That's not, I mean, and when you think about it, if you have made up your mind that you're going to do 1 hour or 2 hours and you got 81 points for 45 minutes, that's not so bad.
No, not at all.
And we don't know what the points are worth just yet, but we'll find that out. Right?
Yeah, we don't know what those points really mean just yet in terms of points to a cash equivalent, but it won't take us long to figure that out. Once we figure that out, then it becomes so much simpler, because you can basically plot out what you want in terms of cash equivalents, and then obviously in time we'll see what that means for commissions going upstream also.
Okay, someone wants you to contact them on Skype if you can for a couple of minutes after the webinar.
Oh, they're asking a hard thing.
I know, but I just thought. I'm asking. They asked me to ask, so I'm asking.
What time was that?
9:23.
Okay, I can't promise that, but let me see who I'm talking to here.
Okay. Last question. I don't know what is meant when they say we are worldwide. For example, a person from Haiti can't join Divvy.
Have they said we're worldwide?
They have not said that. I mean, well, I guess in the beginning they were saying we were global, but they haven't said that we are active worldwide. There's two different.
Yeah.
There's two different things that are going on. They are getting legal in countries as we speak, but it's a process. So every country is not open just yet,
Right.
and that won't, that. And if you do a company correctly, then every country cannot be open because you have to get legal, go into the countries legally to be able to pay commissions to do the thing, and you want to do things the way the country wants them done so that you won't get kicked out of that country.
Yeah, see what's happening, Queen, is you've got all these other opportunities that don't necessarily go through the processes, the right processes, and
Right.
they launched today, and they're in 100 countries or what have you, but they haven't done the legwork to be legal. All right, and then there might be some issues that come up regulatory wise and what have you. Now I know that earlier on, and by the way, I know who asked about the Skype. I don't have a lot of time, all right, but we'll try to oblige you there. Earlier on, Queen, what happened was they were only expecting a few thousand people, like 2,000 to 5,000 people to register. And
Right.
a few marketers got wind of what was going on, saw the big picture, and they went from 5,000 folks to 200 plus thousand folks, like in just a few short weeks' time. And a lot of
Well,
people in a lot of different countries came aboard, but they really weren't prepared for that. And so they had to backtrack a little bit and say, oh, okay, wait a minute. We need to slow things down, make sure we have it right. Let's get it right in the U.S. first. And now once we've got it right in the U.S. and we've got that model, we can go to Canada and the U.K. and to Mexico and Peru, and then we can go to the rest of the world. So we are aware that not everybody that's a part of our following is able to take advantage of Divvy right now, which is why we have a plan for those who are not in a position to take advantage of Divvy right now. So just keep following us. Come to our webinar on Thursday night as well. And if you already have CRB, just go back into your back office with CRB. If you weren't on the live webinar that we did last week, go under April 2017. The very last entry is down there. Okay. Anything else, Queen? We're at quarter till.
Yeah, that was the last question.
Okay.
And I know there are a few more questions, and we can't answer every single question. And just remember also that we are not Divvy support, so we don't have all the answers.
Okay, let me just read something real quickly that just came in by text. That's important, I think. There was one of the survey companies, I don't know which one, I don't know who they were, that people were having a little challenge with. They would go through, they would start the survey, and they weren't able to complete it or what have you. So I just got a message that said that Divvy is shelving that particular survey company. That's just one of several that people were having a hard time completing, and expect more content by the end of the week. And then Queen, you and I will be on a leadership call on this week, so we'll have more information to share probably on our Thursday night webinar. Okay.
All right, great.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Click, rank, and bank.
And bank.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.